Good day, mates, from the Kootenai, did I say that right?
Yeah, Kootenai County Farmers Market.
Kootenai County Farmers Market. I'm Tom and this is Colin.
How you doing?
You know what I was thinking, Colin, as we were walking through the market here on this beautiful Saturday morning in Kootenai County?
No, I don't.
What I was thinking was that, you know, it's interesting. You've got a few years on me, okay?
Just a few.
Just a few. You've got just a few years on me. But what I've noticed as I've gotten older is that as you're going down the path of life, oftentimes, more times than not, if you will, the right people come into your life at just the right time.
I suppose, yeah.
And you are one of those people that have come into my life right at the right time.
We're going to lose our life here.
We're going to lose our life as the car comes by. But you're one of those people that have come into my life. You're the right person at the right time. And you know why I'm saying that?
No.
Well, I'm saying that because I've been thinking about setting myself up with some equipment to do fly fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I've been thinking about fly fishing. I have this romantic idea of standing in a stream somewhere, maybe even a river like the Snake River, and casting my fishing line out. Did you ever see the movie A River Runs Through It?
Right. I should have starred in that.
You should.
But
you know, as handsome as you are,
yeah,
it doesn't surpege me that you
kinda
didn't.
look like
you know?
Brad Pitt a little bit.
Yeah, you could have looked like Brad Pitt. So this is a Saturday morning, and we've done the veggie shopping, and now we're going to go shopping for some fishing equipment. Right?
All right. Yeah.
I want you to set me up. I want you to dial me in.
Sure.
You might, you know, being of the age that you are, you might not be familiar with that phrase, dial me in, okay? But I want you to dial me in with some fishing equipment to go fly fishing.
That'd be fine.
Can you do that?
If it doesn't become a passion, you might as well just get a stick and make believe. But if you get the rod, then you have to follow through and spend years perfecting it.
Now, is it a passion for you?
Yeah, kind of. Not a flaming passion, but a smoldering one.
Have you perfected it?
No, you
No?
never perfected.
You've never perfected it. So you do a lot of fishing, do you?
Fair amount.
All right. So we're going to go and we're going to go shopping. Where are we going? You said there's a great place to go and get the fishing
Probably
equipment.
North 40.
North 40. Is it in Coeur d'Alene?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And what are we're going to get myself a rod, a reel,
And a line.
and a line. Right now, interestingly enough, and much to my surprise, you were telling me the most important part of that configuration is the rod.
The rod is the most important part, and then next is the line.
The line.
Lastly is the reel.
It's the reel. Okay. So we're gonna go shopping at the. We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna get myself a reel. We're gonna get myself a rod, some line. What do you figure I'll spend?
Well, I don't know, a couple of grand.
Couple of. Couple of grand.
I have no idea. It could be $200 to $500.
$200 to $500. Okay, I'm going to let you use your judgment. I'm going to give you a budget. Okay, I'm going to give you a budget of $500.
All right.
To set me up, and then will you give me? And I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if we have time before I pull out, will you give me a few pointers on how to cast?
Sure.
You will,
I'll have you cast in the yard.
You'll have me cast in the yard. All right, folks. Let's go. Let's go shopping for some fly fishing equipment here in beautiful Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with the one and only Colin Coles. Well, will you look who we let tag along with us? Huh? Holly is our chauffeur today, as Colin says from the back seat, and Holly's going to drive us to the big 40. And you know, I gotta ask you, do you fly fish, Holly?
No.
You don't fly fish, huh?
Not anymore. No.
And as Colin was telling me, he always does the catch and release, so you're not cooking any of these fish
Nope, not
that he's
cooking
catching.
any.
Do you sometimes wish that he would catch and not release, or release it into your frying pan?
I haven't had a trout in years
You haven't had a trout in years.
to eat.
Well, listen, I won't catch and release, okay? I'll just catch.
Okay.
And I'll bring you some trout. All
You'll
right.
have to serve a term in prison if you catch and keep.
Ah. Do you? So but you go with him when he's fishing. Sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yes.
You go camping and and he'll fish, and you'll just
take the dogs for a little hike.
You'll take the dogs for a hike, huh?
Unless it's real early. He gets up and goes fishing early. Then the dogs and I are still in bed.
Oh goodness! All right. So folks, we'll be at North 40. This is going to be, you know, I've always wanted to get a setup for fly fishing, and the thing that appeals to me about fly fishing is that there's an art to it, as I understand it. There's a real art or skill, whereas with the other fishing, a lot of times you just throw the line in the water and sit and wait, you know. But with the fly fishing, I think it's a constant casting out into the water to try to catch your fish. So we'll see how I do. This is gonna be wonderful, to be quite honest with you, is what it's gonna be. So we'll be there in just a few minutes. And just like that, we're at the North 40 Outfitters here in Coeur d'Alene, and we're gonna go on into we're gonna mosey on into the fly shop. I gotta ask you something, Mr. Cole.
Sure.
When it comes to buying gear such as we're gonna be buying, there isn't like a rod for beginners and a rod for experienced and that kind of stuff. I mean, a rod is a rod is a rod, right?
Right.
Okay.
But, you know, it's all subjective.
It is.
Yeah.
And I would imagine there's expensive rods and there's
oh yeah,
and cheap rods. Okay, look at this. Wow. Here I am. Look at this. I'm at the North 40. Colin, am I going to need one of these nets?
No.
No, I'm not going to need one of those nets?
When you release fish.
Oh, that's right. When you release fish, I don't need a net. Okay. So, boy, they got a whole they got a whole slew of stuff here. Look at this. You can get yourself some nets.
Selections of lines.
These are the selections of flies?
Lines.
Oh, line. My
line.
apology. Okay, so we're going to start and we're going to get myself... Now, there's something in addition to the line. I mean, this kind of line, it's colorful, right? I mean, it's thick and it's colorful?
Depends. I mean, some are, some aren't.
No, I don't want pink, okay? Don't be buying me a pink line.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, okay? But look at this. You see, you can get yourself Rio Grande or Outbound Short or Space Switch. They got all types of stuff here. Mastery Bass Bug, Boost. Oh wow!
Here's a very nice rod.
Is this a nice rod?
Yeah.
$800? No, I gave you a budget of $500. Okay, you got a budget of $500, mate. Look at these reels.
See the prices on them? Now this one's not a bad one, 99 bucks. But see, there's, you know, it depends on the size of the rod you get as to what size reel.
Okay, so what do you usually buy? Are you going to buy the rod first and then get the reel to fit the rod?
Out first.
You pick the rod out first.
Just trying to find one here that might be.
Am I going to need waders? Am I going to need some of this stuff here?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm not going to need waders. Not yet. So,
All right,
wow,
we're
look
getting
at
into
this
fly
guy.
fishing, or are we pretty experienced?
Hey, Lucas.
What's
Hi.
going on, man?
I'm a YouTube star.
Cool.
If only in my own mind.
Okay.
And I'm passing through the area, and I want to learn fly fishing. And this guy tells me that he's one of the best. I'd be surprised if you don't even recognize him. Right? Do you recognize this guy?
I don't.
You don't recognize
What's your
him,
name,
huh?
man?
Colin.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, his name's Colin. You don't recognize
Nice
you
to
don't
meet you.
recognize him, huh? Interesting.
That's
I've
'cause
I've been hanging out with him all week, and everywhere we go, with people going, "Hey, Colin."
I keep
Hey,
a
there's
low
Colin.
profile when I'm fishing.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
all right.
right.
So I've never.
We have a legend in the building.
I've never
basically.
fly fished before.
Okay.
But I want to take it up.
Okay.
And I gave him a budget of about $500 to get me some line, a rod, and a reel.
You guys are also in luck because we're having a class here in about 2 minutes.
You're having
You
a
wanna-
class in
yeah,
about 2 minutes?
You do want to learn.
Go.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
It'll be hosted by Tyler here.
It'll be hosted by this gentleman here? How long is the class?
How long's your class, Tyler?
Usually goes for about an hour and a half.
Ah, okay.
And
Well,
I
I'm
would
not...
highly suggest.
All right, fantastic.
You get, is it what? There's a discount if they participate? Yep, 10% on fly fishing stuff if you're in.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you guys want to hang out.
All right, sounds good.
I'll get you started on the class and I'll wander around.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
That'll
idea.
give you a good primer.
As far as like a beginning, if you're looking to get into it, so where are we fishing first of all? Are we going anywhere specific?
I'm just kind of roaming around,
Travels
you know.
all over the country and the world, really. So
So a 5-weight's going to be my recommendation then. And
A 5-weight?
Yep, a 5-weight.
Okay.
So, and I think, I guess it depends on how expensive you want to go into rods because it's an endless option as far as
I would imagine. I want to
he wants to keep
spend.
it under 10 grand.
under 10,000.
Will you be quiet, huh? I want to spend a total of about $500 on the rod and reel.
Okay.
Is kind of what my budget is. You know, rod, reel, and line, what have you.
Nice. You have a good day. So we could go.
You don't want to short yourself because you spend the $500 on the rod and reel,
and that's a
then you're ending
4-weight.
up with binder twine for line.
Binder twine, okay. All right, so what do we have here?
So this is the 5-weight variant of the Echo Carbon.
Echo, remember I told you?
And they have a
Echo's
lifetime warranty on all their rods. So they're a company based out of Vancouver, actually. So you would take care of that through them. And it's a lifetime one, too.
Lifetime warranty.
I've
Yep.
got some Echo rods.
Beautiful. What's that made out of?
I don't know, to be honest.
Does it come apart? Or is it
does.
one solid?
Yeah, it's a 4-piece.
It's a 4-piece.
Yeah, and we have cases, too, so you can get
Oh,
them, too.
fantastic.
But this rod itself, if you want to go ahead and just kind of give it some action right there.
What,
and you'll feel the difference. So here, I'll hand you a...
Can you hold that for me,
You
please?
don't whip that guy with the head.
Hand you a 4-weight versus a 5-weight. And a 4-weight.
This is a 5-weight?
Yeah. So then try the 4-weight. Now you feel the difference too. So a lot of them, much like regular fishing pools, have different sets of action.
But you're saying I should go. You're saying I should go with the 5-weight.
5-weight is the best way to start out too.
Okay.
I don't know how they're gonna get that off. It's a lot of it's kind of it goes in hand with casting, plus like how it comes along as far as like the health of the fish as well.
Right.
Lighter rods when you're setting hooks are easier on fish.
What's this run?
Which is important when you come into flat fishing. This one's gonna be 169.
Okay.
So 170.
All right.
And then
Looks
I
like a
would
good choice.
go as far as like the
It's an Echo. You can't go wrong with an Echo.
Montucky.
As far as the reel, what would you recommend?
I think
The reel's the least important.
yeah. Everyone kind of. Tyler would tell you different. Because I have a loop right now, and I love my loop reel. It's completely silent.
I love my Ross reels, but you could use a matchbox if you wanted
Montana Fly Company is a vendor, I think, that's in partnership with North 40, and then they have these Montucky 5s here that would pair with your rod. So it's important to match your reel with your rod as well, plus your
Right.
line.
So let's get one of those.
Cool. And I'll get one
We'll
out
get
for you
one
to
of
mess
those.
with real quick.
Now tell me, how will I look? Be honest with me. How will I look standing in the stream wearing this hat? Is this hat going to go well? I mean, I'm going to be standing out there and reeling a big. Why are these little kids laughing at me? Huh? Why are they laughing at me, Colin? I don't like it when little kids laugh at me.
Selfie.
She's laughing at me.
Like cell phone selfie.
Wow.
Look at her.
Steroids.
I know.
She's having a ball.
Look at her. She's laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me? Huh? Am I funny?
He's taking
Am I?
selfies of himself.
Am I funny? Hmm? Let's see what you look like in this hat. Come here. Oh yeah, look at you. You'd be a good fisher person. Yeah. You want to put it on? Let's see what you look like. Those are real crocodile teeth.
Like crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, look at that. Say good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Yeah. All right,
What
so
color reel do you
They
want?
come in black or red.
let me go with what do you think, Colin? Should I go with black or red?
I don't know. It's a personal preference.
It's a
It's
personal
not really
preference.
red. It looks kind of cool, I think.
Yeah,
I like the red.
I'll go with the red. Let's go with the red. Okay.
And you have to decide right or left hand line.
Yeah, and then which hand do you reel with when you're regular
If
fishing?
you never fish,
My right hand.
Your right hand? Are you sure? Because are you right-handed when you cast, or are you right-handed when
I'm not much of a fisherman, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I'm right-handed.
Okay, so then you're probably gonna reel with your left hand.
Okay.
If you're right-handed.
Are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed and I reel right.
You do.
But that's my preference and it's not the normal. It's
Okay.
just the way I do it.
If you want to mess with this reel so you can kind of feel it too.
All right. You got to hold this steady.
I do.
Okay, just like you're holding the fly line. It's not. Yeah, you got to hold that steady. Very nice. Now, how much is the?
Yeah, I would just, you know, with the younger.
You know,
This
watch
goes
what
where?
you're doing with
Oh
the
yeah,
long
so here
rod.
I'd show you. So when you set it up too, and just so we're not this rod around.
This is
Yeah,
fun.
so maybe
Yeah.
in about half an hour, 45 minutes, we can just touch back.
Maybe one day Colin will
So I'm gonna
take me
start right out
fishing.
here on the lawn. We'll be out
That
there
would
for
be a
about,
good video.
And then there's a
Probably
little
half hour.
thing right here. They're actually fairly easy.
Yeah, it's
See a
in
little
the
slot
reel
right there.
seat there.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's come back here. Actually, I'm gonna close this case up. I'm actually just gonna put the
Trying to
display one
do
back
too
and
much
we'll
stuff
actually
at
grab
once.
All right. So, folks, we'll get dialed in here in a minute. Oh, those kids were cute. Look at all these flies. Look at all of these. Wow. Look at that selection.
What's your name, buddy? Who?
Look at that selection of flies.
Awesome.
That's something.
Very cool. All right, come on. Let's go.
Wow. All right, so they're going to be giving a class here, and I hope I'm able to get into the class.
See everybody out there in the stream waving their arm around, and like, I don't know
This
how
guy
they do
is
that, or I
cool.
don't know how they keep it out of the trees behind them, but it is a lot of fun to just go out on the lawn and cast. That was kind of a sloppy one, but fun.
So he let out a
So
lot
do you
of
guys all
line.
have yards at the house that you can practice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
cool.
that.
That's a good thing.
This is great.
So what I want you guys to
All right, so we're checking out now, and you know, there's a gentleman here named Adrian, and he was telling me something that I wouldn't have ever thought about. He said, "So you're a YouTuber, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Don't be putting this stuff on YouTube." And I said, "Putting what stuff on YouTube?" He's like, "Don't be telling people your secret places. Like if you go fishing somewhere, don't be telling people where you're at and what you're catching and all that kind of stuff." And this is Adrian right here, and that's what you were saying, huh? Don't tell people where you're fishing.
No, because I mean the whole point of fly fishing is you're supposed to $15.89. The whole point of fly fishing is that you're supposed to be exploring. It's an experience, and when you have to go and jump on Google Maps and do some hiking and drive, and figure out where the fish are, and have some success and have some failures, it's so much more gratifying to figure out the rivers and the creeks and the tributaries and your own little secret spots. You know, you're vested at that point because you've put in the work to find it. So, you know, for the people on YouTube who post exactly where places are, it's a bummer. One, because the fish get overpressured, everyone shows up, and it's no longer special. But I think mostly it's because it takes away from the experience of having to find it. You know.
Boy, good advice.
Yeah.
Really, really good advice. Thanks,
So-
Adrian. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so look at this. Lucas is dialing me in. Is this the packing?
This is your backing. Yep.
Oh, backing. B-A-C-K-I-N-G.
Yep.
And what's the purpose of backing?
It just kind of keeps the rod or the reel loaded, so that way, you know, fly line itself is only so long.
Okay.
So you only want to be able to, you know, you don't want to exhaust the reel from actually being able to perform without the proper amount of line on.
Almost looks like sewing, you know?
A little bit, yeah.
Look at that. Fantastic. What an experience this is. And
Yeah.
boy, if you're in Coeur d'Alene, North 40 is be a great place to come and set yourself up with some of this stuff.
Is that a 95?
All right, so Lucas he's got the backing on, and now the line itself. And what's this reel of line cost here?
So this is a $80 line. This is the Scientific Anglers Trout 5-weight brand. So it's my personal favorite. Been using it ever since I started, and I can't get off of it. They have the amplitude version of this too, which is like another $80. And that line itself is just also really good.
Okay.
You'll find it really hard to get off this line though.
And what's it cost?
$80.
$80. Okay.
So this is like the mid-tier fly line, and it's good because it's good quality. It's not going to break on you. It's not going to have any kind of cracks or breakage as use goes on. It's a good line you can use for a while.
It'll last me a while, huh? Fantastic. All right. Boy, they're dialing me in here at the North 40. They're really taking care of me. Now, that's a whole other thing I'm going to have to learn are the knots.
Yeah, so like for me, I'm still learning knots for like loading reels.
Are you?
Yeah. So it's definitely a trick.
All right. I'm gonna, while you finish that, I'm gonna go and I want to show you this place here. Look at this. Up here they've got the river report. It's summertime. Coeur d'Alene River, the St. Joe, water is in good shape. Still better fishing in the AM and PM. Some bugs as a CDA. Look at this place here. Boy, you could just go crazy here buying all kinds of stuff. You know, you'll know that I'm really a fisherman when I have something like this. And if I give up fishing, then I could probably go, you know, get myself a spaceship and go to Mars or something like that. Wow. What a nice place. Really, really a nice fishing spot. I've never heard of North 40 before. They got a little bit of everything. Look at the trophies up there on the wall. The elk, all types of hunting rifles. Wow, this is a big place. It's a real big place. No wonder I was out there for the better part of an hour doing just an absolutely wonderful class. And and good old Colin and Holly were probably walking around here in the shop, or in the store I should say. Well, they've got just about everything that a guy could want. Really something else. What a wonderful Saturday. Really, really nice. Fantastic. Okay, now we're checking out, and Colin, what did you just say? You said,
remember this day.
Remember this day.
This will be the cheapest day you ever spent fishing.
It will be, huh?
Yeah, because from here on,
this coming from a guy.
Worse.
This coming from a guy that's flying to Alaska, right? To go. How often do you go fishing?
This year I haven't gone that much because the weather's been so hot.
Wow.
So,
all right. So let's see what the total is going to be here. They're going to have it for me just in a moment. We want to come in under $500. I hope. I get a 10% discount because I was taking $374.88. All right. So
a fly box and a bunch of flies.
2 hours later, we're walking out, and $374. So Colin, he did a good job. He did a really good job. I'm excited. And what, you'll say you'll set me up with some flies?
Yeah.
All right. Well, beautiful Holly, she's waiting for us. All right, let's go and let's head on home. As close to home as I can make it. All right, folks, it is it's the next day, and we're back in your man cave.
Yeah, we're back in the shop.
The shop. It's kind of like a man cave, you know?
It is. It's kind of everything.
You've got your little stove out here. You have your easy chair.
It's the fortress of solitude.
The Fortress of Solitude. You have your Seinfeld, your Seinfeld collection. But anyway, so listen, it's been a day, you know, and we got back yesterday and it was late from shopping and everything. And look at this. I am now a fisherman. Well,
A fly fisherman.
A fly fisherman. I'm a fly fisherman. Are there people? When's the last time that you went like fishing with a sinker and a bobber or something like that? Or would you call it a traditional fishing rod?
Well, it's been a while, a long while.
It's been a long while.
Right.
So when did you start fly fishing?
Oh, when I was a kid, probably 12 years old.
Really? Now, I'm curious about something, okay? Other than your beautiful wife, Holly, what's been your biggest catch?
My biggest catch in terms of fish?
Yeah, what's been your biggest
probably a 12 or a 14 pound
salmon?
coho salmon.
Really?
Yeah,
and where
silver.
was that?
I was in Alaska.
Did you take a picture holding it up, like your finger through the gills?
No.
No?
I just hold it up like this. And
All right. So anyway, let's talk about what I got here. Now, I told you that I wanted to spend about $500, right? I said I want to spend about $500, and in doing so, we walked out of there yesterday. Let me grab my receipt here. So you and I walked out of there.
The George Costanza wallet.
What do you mean I got a George Costanza wallet?
It's just packed full of stuff.
It's not packed full of stuff. No, it's not.
It's almost a foot thick.
All right. Anyway, so we walked out of there yesterday I spent $374.88.
It's a pretty good deal.
Not bad, huh? But did I get good quality for that?
You did.
I mean,
Echo's a great rod. I don't care what anybody says. I have a couple of Echoes myself.
so that rod, this rod, what did I pay for that rod? I paid
Probably $250 or maybe
$152.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the rod out. What is that? Is this it? Is that the rod? That's it?
That's it.
Okay, so
It's the rod. We have to undo the.
So here's the rod. Now this wasn't the rod I was holding. This is the rod.
This is a 9-foot, 5-weight, 4-piece rod.
A 9-foot what?
5-weight. That's the
Okay.
weight of the. Fly rods go by weight.
All right, so let's.
The lower the number, the lighter the setup.
All right, so
So 5-weight's kind of right in the middle.
let's pull this out. You know, I met a guy in Australia. His name is Graham, and oh, he loves to fish. He really loves to fish. But so let's see. This is gonna go.
While you're telling me about Graham, let me put the rod together.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's gonna. Oh, so it has little white dots.
Yeah, you line those dots up.
Okay, so little
right.
white dots line up with one another.
Right.
Okay. So here's the rod. Okay.
Some rods don't have the white dots, and you don't push too hard
No.
because you don't want to get your rod stuck.
Okay. So
You don't want to. You just push it into where it feels nice and snug.
That's what she said.
You can't say stuff like that on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
No, I know.
I couldn't resist. Hopefully your wife won't watch this video.
Yeah.
But all right. So there we got the white dots all lined
Right.
up, and I didn't push it in. Now this is 9 feet, so I stand 6 feet, and look at that. It's about 3 feet. It's about 3 feet
3
up.
feet taller. Yeah.
Nice rod. This is the
This
Echo.
still has the paper on the cork. You'll
The-
probably
the
take
plastic.
it off. It's plastic. Right?
Okay, so
But you'll probably take it off.
Sure.
But everybody leaves it on for a while.
I don't know if I can show this. Maybe I can. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. You see, look at that. Okay. So now we got the reel.
Nice little sack.
And with the reel, he put, well, what's this little thing down here at the end? There's a little,
That's a hook keeper.
that's a hook keeper.
I'll show you about that. In a
Okay, you see there's a little hook keeper down at the end there.
And you got this set up the way you wanted with the right hand retrieve, right? Yep.
It's a right hand retrieve?
Yeah.
So
Or
I'm gonna
left
reel,
hand.
I'm gonna reel it in with my left hand.
Yeah, your left hand. It's a left hand retrieve.
A left hand
I'm
retrieve.
Because I'm a right hand retrieve guy, and that's not a an odd thing, but it is more people reel with their left hand.
Okay.
If you notice, I'm pulling out quite a bit of line here. And there's a reason for that.
Okay. 1 minute, I gotta.
You're gonna take that off now?
I'm trying.
Most people leave it on, but for
It's
a while.
It's bothering me.
Okay.
Okay. It's
It
bothering
should
me.
peel off nice and easy. And then you get that nice virgin pork.
Ooh, the virgin cork. You can't be
Yeah.
saying that on YouTube.
Yeah. It's,
Huh?
But isn't it nice? It's just,
Oh,
but it'll be
yeah.
dirty and worn.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so now,
Now we're gonna put the reel on.
let me show everybody the reel. Okay. Here is the this is the real deal. You see? Look at that. That's the real deal. Okay. And what did I spend for this? It's on that receipt there.
You spent for the reel.
About 100 something.
The reel was 112 bucks.
$112. Now the reel is probably the least important, right?
Right. In my
Okay.
mind. Although the guy said he thinks it's important.
All right. So it's going to go on. I'm assuming.
No. It goes on.
Yeah,
So
left.
this.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. You see there's a little slot there.
Right there.
And it goes in there.
Right.
But you have to
Maybe
have,
you got to do the back first. There you go. Okay.
and then there's another slot that corresponds that you find it. There it is.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Okay, there you are.
You know, maybe I'll be like one of those baseball guys. You know, the rookies, first at bat, they hit a home run.
Could be.
You know,
It
I
could
could
be.
get out there in the stream and throw it, and the very first thing, I got one.
You could.
Right?
Hopefully it's bigger than a 3-incher. I used to catch a lot of 3-inchers.
Okay.
Now, the key to putting this together, like a lot of people will go to the very end and
Okay.
they'll take this little tiny thin tippet.
You call that a leader, right?
It's a leader, but they go to the very end there and then they start threading it through.
Well, that would seem logical.
But you slip and the weight of the line pulls it
Can
all
I take a
back
guess?
out.
Can I take a guess? You want to see how smart I am? I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pinch that.
Yeah.
There we go.
and
We're just
poke
going
it
to.
through.
We're just
That way,
gonna,
if you happen to let go of
pinch
it,
that.
it stays.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look
You
at
just
that.
Keep doing that. Very good.
You know, there's something to be said about the expression, with age comes experience, and with experience comes knowledge, and knowledge comes wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you know, where you went wrong, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
See, and just
think
to
you
show
got
a little comparison. Now, this is a rod of mine, and it is
Echo.
an Echo, just
That's
like
an
the one
Echo.
you got.
All right.
This is an Echo fiberglass rod, and it is a 4-weight, I believe.
How many rods do you have?
I think I've got about 6 or 7.
Now, the heavier the weight, the farther you can cast, right?
Not necessarily.
Why would you have a
heavier the
4-weight or a
the
5-weight
heavier
or
the
a?
weight, the bigger the fish you can catch.
Okay.
So
All
lighter weight, you can catch big fish, but you have to be more careful.
So what do I have? I have a 5-weight?
You have a 5-weight.
And
This
what
is
could
a
I catch with a
4-weight.
5-weight?
And see, the line or the reel on this is much smaller than yours.
Uh-huh. What could I catch with this? I mean, what would be the limit?
The length of cast,
No. No. What could I
what could you
catch?
catch?
What could I catch?
you could catch
Like a bluegill?
No, a 2 or 3 pound trout.
Okay.
Yeah, so a nice trout.
2 or
Anybody
3.
would catching a 2 or 3 pound trout would think they were.
Now this line is interesting. It's I don't know what it's not like any fishing line that you would be accustomed to. It's got this. Well, it's tapered,
Yeah, it's tapered. It's a weight
tapered.
forward, I believe.
just like that. You see, it's all tapered, and so anyway, okay. So now we got the line on. Now what's next?
The line was the fly line was 112 bucks. The reel was 152. I said 112 earlier.
Okay.
The line's 112.
Okay. Now, so I'm gonna Okay. Now
All
on
right,
a
now
normal
look, you already got. See.
on a normal fishing rod, you would usually have, you would hold it below the reel.
Yeah.
You see, you would hold it down
yeah,
here.
down there.
But with this, you're holding it above.
You got to remember the fly reel, all it does is hold the line.
And that's it.
You don't really cast and retrieve with your reel.
All right.
You retrieve, now see? You've pulled it in enough to where you're going to get the old...
Yeah, I'm okay. All right, so there we go.
So now, I think the thing to do would be to go out and practice a few
Go out and cast? Now, can I practice just with this?
Yes.
I don't need to put a little weight on the bottom?
No, the line is what does the work on a fly rod. The line and the rod.
Okay, now do you got a target? What could we use as a target? Maybe we could throw this little thing out on the lawn. Not throw it out there, but set this on the lawn. No, I want to see you. I want to see you line it over.
Because let's get a bigger target.
Well, bigger. Because, you know, I got to see how good this guy is. He's giving me all this advice. And if he can't hit the target, we're going to set a target out there, and I want to see if he can hit it within 3 casts.
This is kind of,
okay.
This is the kind of target they use.
Okay, so we're gonna. He's got a pie plate. It's a 12-inch. He's got a 12-inch pie plate, and if this guy is as good as he makes himself seem, he should hit that target within 3 casts. Can you do that at 25 feet?
Easily. If I can't do it, I'll use a handy knife and slit my throat on YouTube.
All right, we will see as the saying goes. Got it. All right, we found our way outside, and you know, I want to ask you something before we begin. We've set the target out there about 25 feet, and when I was in the class yesterday,
it's probably 30 or
maybe 30. When I was in the class yesterday, I learned a few things. Interestingly enough, I had the opportunity, even though I didn't put it on the video. I had the opportunity to learn some stuff about fly fishing that I didn't know. So if I understand correctly, the sweet spot, you know, for catching a fish oftentimes is going to be about 25 to 40 feet. Is that about right?
The sweet spot's wherever you can catch the fish, but in general, you probably don't need to cast any more than 25 to 40 feet.
All right. Now, something that I need a little clarity on, please. When I would go fishing before, I would have a sinker on the end of my line, an end of my pole. I'd have a sinker, and I would reel in so that the sinker was just kind of dangling off the end of the thing, and then I would throw it out there. Yeah. Okay, so
it's a totally different way to fish.
Right. So when let's say that pan, you're pretty confident that there's a fish out where that pan is. So are you going to let out what you anticipate to be enough line before you go to cast for that fish?
And what I do is false cast.
False cast.
Yeah, and so I'll show you here. We'll let the leader go.
Now don't be hitting the target because you get 3 shots at that target.
This is a false cast.
That's a false. Okay.
I'm just letting it.
So you're letting it out.
Yeah, and then we'll just drop it over the plate or within close to the plate. There, I think we're hit the plate.
All right, so now you got some out there, okay? Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go set this camera down at that plate, okay? And you get 3 shots, and I want to see that line land on that plate. I want you get 3 shots, Colin, okay? So we're gonna set this up just right on down here, and I want you to impress everybody. All right, so I've got the camera rolling, and it's right here at the plate. Now you would be a YouTube star. This could be viral. If you hit this on the first try, you get that line right over this plate, you could be a YouTube star overnight. Okay? So here we go. The first cast.
The first cast.
First cast. No, not even close.
It's close.
5 feet shy. Second cast. Oh, no. I want the yellow line over there. That's 3. Come on. Here, Colin, let me show you how it's done. Come here.
Well, you had the lesson the other day. I didn't.
Let me show you how it's done.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what did you do? You reeled it in?
No, I just reeled in a little bit.
You did. Okay. All right.
You've got plenty.
All right. So here we go. All right. Let's see. That's like this.
I usually keep the
Okay. That like that. Okay. Here we go.
I don't
Here.
have it.
Here we go.
See, you're already.
It's not going out.
No, because
It's
you're
stuck.
No, you're breaking your wrist.
Yeah, but it's not going out. Shouldn't it come off the reel?
No. You're casting the line, not the reel has nothing to do other than to hold the line. And you're making the classic mistakes right now, Tom. You're getting close to the plate because there's enough line out, but you're casting.
But there's no line.
You would have no hook now.
I have to leave more. I have to leave more line.
No, here. Let me show you.
Wait.
And then you got the reel upside down. You know, that's the way it goes right there.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
But you see,
could do this all night.
shouldn't the line come out with this?
No, you don't cast like that.
All right.
Fly fishing.
All right,
Here's
hang
what
on.
you
Let
do.
me grab the camera.
Okay.
Oh boy. All right. So, folks, I got to tell you, this is easier. This is easier than it looks.
I just pull the line in like this.
The what?
I just pull the line in so I can easily cast.
You pulled the line in.
Is right. You got it on your foot.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got all the line down there.
I just put it down here.
All right.
I don't need it. This, like I said, the reel does nothing.
All right.
So I always keep my hand here.
Okay.
So if I want to let line out, see, I can let it out.
I see. All right.
But letting
need
it
it.
out with the reel, it doesn't work. And then
All right.
the other thing you were doing, it's the classic bad habit, and it's nothing bad. It's just
All right.
you're doing this.
No, don't move the wrist. It's the
You're
elbow.
doing that.
Okay.
And what you want to be doing is like, so
All right.
you want to be, you keep my wrist is fairly stiff. It doesn't have to be completely stiff,
All right.
but you want that hesitation. So like you cast, let the line straighten out, and then drive it forward.
All right. If you try to learn fly fishing, the biggest challenge is not to snap the wrist. You don't want to snap the wrist.
Break the wrist.
And you want to bend with the elbow. So what I'm going to do here actually is I'm going to step around onto the other side of Colin. And I'm going to focus just on his arm. And then what we're going to do is on the video, I'm going to slow it down like, just to 10%. And I want to see that wrist not snapping. So here we go. Okay. Now, did you hit the target yet?
Oh yeah.
You
Several
did.
times.
Several times. So you're letting that line out.
I can let it out all night long,
Right.
as long as I have confidence.
You're holding it.
But,
Okay.
and then, some people will do what they call a double haul,
Uh-huh.
and that's something you learn. And that was a single haul. What you're doing is bending the rod more.
Uh-huh.
And some people, I can't do it, but they do a double haul. They'll do a haul on the front and a haul on the back, and it makes the line really shoot out there a long ways. I don't need to do that because I'm not fishing that far out.
If you'd be so kind, just for a moment, just do a dozen or so casts. Okay, forget the discussion, just do some casts.
There, I'm right across the plate. Look at that.
Yeah, you are. Boy, I bet it'd be fun to be out on the river with him. Look at that, he's getting it right on it. Yeah, in the video you can't see the line all that well.
But that's, you know,
perhaps you can. Try it one more time, please. Just trying to see if I can capture that line. Now you can see the line coming back.
Dark line, it would really be cool.
They have glow in the dark line?
I'm sure they do. They have every gimmick under the sun. But lots of times, you know, you're fishing. That's a pretty long cast.
Is it?
For fishing.
Okay.
You know, lots of times your fish are pretty close.
All right.
And sometimes you're fishing and you can't do this. You can't do that. Why? Because you're back up against a tree or a rock.
Right.
So then you do what's called a roll cast, which is, remember when we looked at spay casting?
Yeah.
A roll cast is you bring the line up like this. And you just do straight out. That was a roll cast.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't have any back cast.
All right.
And the line gets out there quite a ways.
We could be doing this all night. Thank you. I appreciate your.
You're welcome, my friend.
Sincerely, you know, we joke a lot, but you know, I mean, it's a real gift to have had the opportunity to have somebody such as yourself spend some time with me and help me pick out what I need for.
Glad to do it.
Fishing. Maybe one day you and I will go fishing together.
I hope so.
Huh?
I hope so.
We'll go fishing. We'll go fishing together sometime. Now, as far as getting me set up, I mean, you said you'll give me a fly or something.
I'll give you a bunch of flies and a fly box.
Now, how will I know which fly to put on the line?
You know,
you just guess, or go to a local fly shop.
Even a guy that's fished as much as I have, it's still a guess.
It's still a guess. All right, folks. Anyway, listen, if you're ever in Coeur d'Alene, just reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with this guy and he'll take you down to the... No, I'm just joking. Anyway, all right, folks. Have a great day. You're a good sport, mate, you know. All right, take good care, everyone.